Oh, there's the lizard man, oh yeah.
A race of creatures which look like reptiles.
There's a lot of people in power that are possessed by these reptilians.
The bit that people tend to struggle with what you've said over the years, you talk about the banking system, foreign wars, and on all this stuff, people are like, yeah, I get that, yeah, I can go along with that. It's the reptilian stuff, it's the lizard stuff, I can't get my head around.
He's been ridiculed by the media, but he's still convinced that his message can heal the world.
I'm delighted that there's so much laughter in the audience tonight.
But no,
but just let me say this.
They're laughing at you.
Do you still think the royal family were shape-shifting lizards?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Welcome back to the show. Now, would you pay more than $100 to sit for 12 hours and listen to a man who claims the world is run by lizard aliens?
If you deliver it in one line, oh, you know, the world's run by reptiles, you meet it on one level, oh, that's crazy, immediate reflex action.
When you see all the wars and when you see all the pain and when you see all the suffering, is it a force of love and wisdom and tolerance that is in control of this planet?
One of the most secret stories that was revealed to me is about these beings, highly intelligent beings, which they called the Kewaunee, the talkers, a race of creatures which look like reptiles, who have ruled the world for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
A lot of them are malevolent because they represent this manipulative force. But others are benevolent and come into the matrix to pass on information that tries to help us to understand what's going on.
There is an evil group here, the reptilians, that are slowly have been taking people's body over. So it's not like they're attacking us with ray guns or something. I'm hesitant to make this statement, but I'm going to do my best to soften it. But there's a lot of people in power that are possessed by these reptilians. The reptilians are more powerful even than the Sasquatch people. They're very, very evolved, but they're very, very negative.
You can't shift from one physical form to another, the skeptics say. That's impossible. Yes, it is. But there is no physical. That's the point. You can see how keeping people in ignorance of the very reality they're experiencing can be so fundamentally used to dictate their perception. Some people, like the bloodlines of the global cult, as I call it, have twin or hybrid information fields, one human and one not human. Now, to hide their true nature, the human field is the one projected in public, and any observer will decode that field into something holographically human. But when the other non-human field becomes the dominant one, when the information fields shift, the observer is first decoding the human field and then suddenly the non-human field, reptilian or whatever it is. To the observer's decoded holographic reality, someone has shifted from a human form to a non-human form physically, but there's nothing physical about it. The transformation has taken place only in the observer's holographic decoding processes in their head. It is an information shift, not a physical one.
Now, obviously, after the last couple of years, like you say, you've knocked down all these dominoes, and I've heard people say it like, do you know what, I think you could be right about that now. And so to see the story in the mainstream, I think it was about 2 weeks ago now, where the Princess of Norway, her boyfriend, who I believe is a shaman, has come out and said that he was a reptilian hybrid, and that's where they met. And that's in the mainstream news.
Yeah. I tell you what I found very telling about that article, which was in the mainstream, is they didn't mention me, because they have used my what I've said about the fact that behind all this is a reptilian race and other non-human races too, but dominated by the reptilian. And that's what's driving this agenda from the hidden. Of course, that to mainstream society is so far out that the ridicule potential is almost limitless. And that's what they did. He's crazy, he's mad, oh, he's a lizard man, oh yeah. And then, as more and more starts to come out and more people think, well, hold on a minute, maybe, just maybe, they stopped associating me with that. And the thing is that I would say is, I mean, I wrote about the reptilians for the first time in The Biggest Secret, which was 1997, I wrote it. And then another one, Children of the Matrix, which came out in 2001. Well, I can tell them the same forensic research, the same skeptical research that went into pointing out that what is here with us now was coming, went into the whole reptilian thing. I'm not a kamikaze pilot. I only cross the line to talk about something when the evidence has reached a point that to dismiss it would be ludicrous.